the vile vortices, the 12 most paranormally active areas in our world. And of course, even in space above, for example, the South Atlantic anomaly. Vile vortices are essentially those regions present on the planet that have displayed anomalous behavior over the passage of time, and certain mysterious incidents are associated with such regions that have left researchers baffled. The Bermuda Triangle is the one name that pops up in everyone's mind when we talk about vile vortices. Surprisingly, that's just not it. There are more than 10 such places on Earth where enigmatic scenarios have been witnessed. However, who discovered the concept of vile vortices in the first place? This is when the name Ivan T. Sanderson comes into the picture. So who is Ivan T. Sanderson? Ivan Sanderson was a biologist, author, animal lover, and ardent believer in paranormal incidents. He was one of those personalities who would go on trips and draw, write, or even take pictures of what they observed and experienced. During his early 1970s trips and research, he started to notice there were particular areas where things appeared to be strange, where people and planes seemed to vanish, and most importantly, where UFO sightings just seemed to occur. The vile vortices are the 12 locations with the highest paranormal activity, and he then mapped the following vortices: Bermuda Triangle, the Algerian megaliths, the city of Mohenjo-Daro, the Hama Kulia volcano east of Hawaii, the Devil Sea in the area of Japan, Asia, the South Atlantic anomaly, the Wharton Basin, the Easter Island megaliths, east of Rio de Janeiro, the Loyalty Islands, the North Pole, and the South Pole. The fascinating division of the vile vortices. Interestingly, these vortices appear to be rather dispersed, as you may have noticed, and this is due to the fact that half are scattered just above the equator and the other half are below the equator. Only the South and North Poles are not along these lines, making it clear that the majority of the vortices are found close to warm tropical areas. In fact, 5 are located on the Tropic of Capricorn, and 5 others are located on the Tropic of Cancer. They are also evenly dispersed in terms of distance, which according to researchers suggests that chaos is logical and mathematical in nature. And we have the map showing them here. Now, Anderson and other supernatural thinkers have a few theories about what specifically caused everything to be organized in these spots. On the one hand, people associated the locations with the presence of spiritual power or earthly feng shui, whereas other theories focus more on electromagnetic aberration or subtle matter energy, which is a geometric pattern concept that Plato addressed thousands of years ago. However, nothing could be stated with certainty as to why these places seem to align so well, or what makes them hotspots for paranormal activity. So let's discuss the vile vortices in detail. The Bermuda Triangle. There are a few famous appearances throughout the Bermuda Triangle's lengthy and scandalous history. Fleets of surveillance planes, Navy ships, torpedo bombers, the fabled Mary Celeste, and more have all encountered a mystery catastrophe in the waters near Florida's tip. There have been reports of glowing water, spinning compasses, sporadic malfunctions, and unusual sights. In short, there's an odd phenomenon occurring there, even if some people only attribute it to the Gulf Stream or other natural occurrences. The fact that individuals are dying here is something else we can say for sure. The Bermuda Triangle has claimed the lives of over 1,000 people in the last 100 years. It's a sure thing that there is something unusual about the Bermuda Triangle, regardless of whether you think the paranormal is taking place. And then we have the area of Mohenjo-Daro of India, the Indus Valley Civilization. Mohenjo-Daro, the ruins of a sizable elaborate city known as Mohenjo-Daro, also known as the Mound of Krishna, are located in the Indus River Valley to the west of the Indus River. It's said that this enormous and historic metropolis is where Hinduism, also known as Sanatan Dharma, the oldest religion, first emerged. Even while it all seems quite tranquil and pleasant, the story does not end here. When excavation started following its discovery in the 1920s, Archaeologists found at least 40 people's scattered corpses. Many people still think that the city has negative energy since it contains many images of the Hindu god of destruction, Shiva. Interestingly, Lord Shiva is believed to still be inhabiting Mount Kailash. Is it possible that this location, which fits into the vile vortex generator map, is what caused the civilization of the Indus Valley to mysteriously vanish? Then we have the Devil's Sea. The Devil's Sea region is rich in legend, dating all the way back to 1000 BC, and is taken seriously by the Japanese government. The ancient Chinese said that in the 12,000s, a huge dragon in the area's sea drew ships to their doom. The Devil's Sea defeated even Kublai Khan's armed forces. Even if most people eventually ceased thinking that way, the ships continued to disappear or sink without a trace here. All of this came to the head in 1952 when Kaio Maro reference set out to investigate the peculiar phenomena in the region. Sadly, they received no responses. Instead, the 31-person crew on board the ship unexpectedly vanished. In response, the Japanese government said that research ships and ships moving through the Devil's Triangle should be careful. Megaliths and their mystical appearances. Ancient ruins may have great depth of mystery, but they definitely contain something extraordinary. If you were to visit Timbuktu and then go north, you might discover an ancient burial ground in Jebel Mazala Salust, which is marked by cave paintings and large monoliths. Archaeologically, they are pretty spectacular, but there is also a peculiar vibe around the area. It's been reported that several aircraft had vanished while flying over the Sahara Desert, and it's believed that the reason behind such disappearances is this vortex. Is this place really supernatural? Then we have the Hawaii volcanoes. Avoiding any doubt, the specific vortex is rumored to lie off the coastline of Hawaii and is the location of numerous ships and airplanes' disappearances. Interestingly, the volcano at Hamakulia is frequently cited as a source of such mystical disappearances, according to the locals. Additionally, villagers and scientists who have observed the volcano share tales that support their claims. Locals say the strange lights have been seen near the volcano for a long time and can sometimes be seen there. And we also have other reports of UFOs over the Mexican volcanoes, Colima and Popo. Now, this volcano's proximity to the Ring of Fire makes it especially active. Furthermore, scientists believe that the area of the volcano is susceptible to piezo-magnetic phenomena, implying that the area may be subject to strange electrical energy and rock magnetism. As a result, it's possible that this interacts with ship and airplane navigation systems. Bermuda Triangle of Space, the South Atlantic anomaly. Due to NASA's considerable study in the region, this vortex is especially fascinating. An outer and inner radiation band envelops the Earth. The circular radiation belt gets closer to the Earth's surface in the South Atlantic than anywhere else, and this causes a flow of energetic particles and a weaker magnetic field in that area. Astronauts observe odd flashes that resemble shooting stars, and satellites that pass through this belt frequently have faults and glitches. Additionally, this has a negative impact on airplanes. There are strange plane disappearances in the vicinity, which are presumably related to electronic and navigational issues. Wharton Basin, that engulfed the remains of the flight MH370. The Wharton Basin of Indonesia is concealed close to the northeast part of the Indian Ocean, and here on the ocean floor there are numerous deep fissures where various plates converge. As a result, there is significant seismic activity in the region, which has been carefully investigated. However, scientists have not attempted to create a map of this region of the ocean bottom since the 1960s, so they don't have one. Additionally, the region has recently gained notoriety as a potential grave of MH370, the Malaysian Airlines flight that disappeared in 2014. Though the search is ongoing, the Malaysian jet has vanished without a trace, and it's possible that we'll never fully understand what happened. It has happened before, and it most likely won't be the very last time that ships and aircraft disappear into this mysterious basin. Antarctica could be a home to ancient civilization. There are currently about 4,000 people living in Antarctica, the majority of whom are researchers. Even still, a large number of scientists have not yet produced any conclusive justification for any of the peculiar events that have occurred in the area. Some individuals continue to think there are historic civilizations beneath the region near the South Pole, as shown by the enigmatic rock structure that resembles a pyramid. Due to the severe weather and large distance, the South Pole is still rarely visited or studied, making it difficult to verify. And the North Pole? It has long been understood that things can be a little off near the poles. However, could there be a paranormal event taking place? Sanderson said in the affirmative, and Commander Sir John might occur with him. An expedition headed towards the North Pole in 1845 set out from England. They failed to succeed. Only a few remnants of all the 129 men were discovered after more than 150 years had passed. Today we are aware that there were a lot of deaths, colds, and ultimately cannibalism. We may never know whether bad weather or something even more nefarious halted them in their tracks. The Eastern Islands. The Eastern Islands' heads, the mystery surrounding them, and the culture that constructed them are undoubtedly familiar to you. These enormous stone statues were constructed and transported using unexplained techniques, and the civilization that produced them eventually disappeared as a result of inefficient resource allocation and other economic problems. Ivan T. Sanderson's theory asserts that UFOs may be connected to this alleged vortex, and the theory fits since it is believed by certain people that the stones are moved by aliens. East of Rio de Janeiro, a dark place with secrets. A stunning ocean with a number of opulent beaches is typically found east of Rio de Janeiro, and as you might expect, that draws a lot of tourists, but most of them are unaware that they are standing right next to a mystical place that hides a number of secrets. Although the region has given rise to a fair number of mysteries, this vortex has turned out to be one of the calmer ones in the group. The Tunante 2 disappearance in 2014, a tiny boat that disappeared without a trace, was possibly the most well-known event. The families of the missing people complained that the government appeared to have no enthusiasm in locating the ship. Loyalty Island and strange water phenomena. The Loyalty Islands are located far above New Zealand, off Australia's east coast. Long ago, sailors began reporting unusual currents that would suddenly and violently change along with the course of the sea, as well as sightings of odd whirlpools and water vortices were also mentioned. Many ships have lost their way while navigating the area due to the unpleasant sailing conditions that might result from this. A nearby island that had been identified on maps and meteorological charts for a long time, however, appeared to have entirely disappeared in 2012, according to scientists. Nothing for sure could be said, but there is a thing that Earth is full of dark and mysterious places, suggesting that there's a lot that we are yet to come across. Well, so what are your comments and views concerning these wild vortices? Please leave your comments. This is on Infinity Explorers by Arsh Srivastava. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box.